Hello everyone, and welcome to my first Minecraft video on my channel. This is going to be the tour of my world. I've been playing on this world for about 1 year now. The first screenshot that I took was April 22nd. So, happy anniversary to my survival world. As you could see, I have done about 1,372 days, Minecraft days on this world. That's insane. And if you were to take a look at the statistics, this is probably very hard to find, but I think time played 14.08 days. It's insane with actual playtime. So if you do the math right there, I'll probably show it on screen, but if you do the math right there, that's like, I don't know how many hours that is. It's at least 300 is my guess. I can't really do math in my head right now, but that's insane. Absolutely insane. So, right here, this is the world spawn point. I know I don't really have a compass to show you, but I know for a fact that this is definitely my world spawn. And, yeah, like needless to say, I spawned out here. I had a very particular idea in mind, and to where I wanted to build a base. So, although you do see stuff here right now, my initial idea was never to ever build here. Maybe to go back to the spawn chunks eventually, and of course that's what I did. But yeah, my first idea was not to build in a plains or a forest because it's really not cool. So let's walk over here, and as you can see, this is actually my most recent build in this world, and this is an iron one. This is Nembon's design. It was altered a little bit, but this is overall just a really solid design. I'll link in the description the design that's used. I did do a little stupid thing and didn't drop these far down enough. That's okay. The rates are incredible. This is all the iron I've got here. Just AFK, as you might be able to tell, over the past little time. So really quite insane the amount of iron I'm getting from this farm. It really is going to suit all my needs. This is so much, in fact, that of course it's in the spawn chunk, so it's always running. But this is so much that I'm gonna need to build like a storage silo at some point. And of course, you probably know how this works. It's really not that hard to figure out. And like I said, I'll be linking a video in the description about that. So, walking over this way now, you can see that's my nether portal. That will bring us back to where we need to be. But if we are walking over here, we have ourselves Villager Breeder. This is Impulse SV's design, still works. Also provides potatoes, and over here I also have, well, I did block this off because of zombies, but over here I have some villagers, and this is what provides me landing. The boats don't really work. I'm not really good at like creating an actual setup, but it's not bad. So moving out. Just like to have everything perfect, you know how it is. And that's really all I have over here right now. Now, really what I wanted to plan for this over here, and the spawn area, is to make it like a spaceport, because the actual idea I have, oh, hello villager. The actual idea that I have is something like, you know, spawn point is where every story begins, right? So, with that being said, you know, what we're going to be going to next is going to be my main base. And considering the fact that if the spaceport's the launching point of a spacecraft, then what we're going to be going to is something a little bit otherworldly. Oh yes, and by the way, this is my nether hub. It will be decorated soon, but let me tell you, the amount of cobblestone that I had to wait for to get this, and not only that, just the amount of time it took to build this wall. It's gonna look great, but as of right now, it's just a blank canvas waiting to be decorated, so that's really cool. Now, going to base proper. Let's wait for the chunks to load. Going to the base proper. This is the first building I ever made. I'll probably throw a screenshot up of what this base first looked like. This first building looked like. And honestly, it really doesn't serve much of a purpose anymore, other than, yeah, this is a nice place to call home inside. And a nice place to have a bed. I don't really have anything proper for that yet, because it's really not been a focus of mine. This will probably just turn into an aesthetic build. Sure, I've got the only sugarcane farm that's going to be available after 1.16, which pump out a decent amount, so that's good. I have my my little enchanting area over here. A storage system that really doesn't work. It's okay. I designed it myself, so it's really not good. I'm gonna have to improve it at some point. But moving from there over to here, I have some cows, some sheep, which I actually do use. The cows and the horse I do not use at all. Up here, the first level, we have noisy auto sugarcane farm. Not sugarcane, bamboo. And that's going to obviously break after 1.16, so I decided to run it, and I will have bamboo forever. Up here is my food farm and bee farm, which is going to turn into a better bee farm later. But right now, that's where it sits. And yeah, carrots and potatoes, because as you can tell, potatoes are really the main form of food. So moving past that, let's see. All of the netherrack right here from days, I'm telling you, days of building is absolutely insane. Days of just getting rid of all that netherrack and provide, some use. But it's just a pain in the neck. This store right here is a Mojo design from like years ago. Let's see if I can find a video and link that in the description as well. Just moving over here. This is if I can hit that. This is the back of the of my storage system, which looks intelligent. It's got some smart things going on here, and some of these things, of course, I'm really proud of, and I was really proud of at the time. But then you look under here, and it starts getting droppers. Not really good. I try to make original designs. I don't like to pawn anything off on anyone else and say, oh yeah, I totally made this myself, or yeah, I don't really like that. As you can see, my skin, it's the alien skin, because Resident Martian, I'm the first resident on Mars, and this is my residency. But yeah, so the story is like, this main building here, where I've got the animals, where I've got my main living area, when I was a normal Martian, because I turned into a alien, of course, but I used to be a regular human. I needed a pressurized system, and the double doors here, that represents a pressurized system. Over here, there's no pressure here, so I had to make sure I had to wear my helmet during this time period, when I was, when I was still normal. But, so, electric generator, warning, no air pressure. Because look, there's no door, right? When here, like the story that I have for this over here, this is my kelp farm. Again, designed by myself, and it would probably work faster if I had more modules, but I wanted a nice look. So they're not as nice, but they work pretty well. It's pretty slow rates, but that's expected of kelp. It just grows mad slow. Again, since these things are in their own pressurized water things, I don't need any air pressure here, so there's no double door here. Right, so that's another kind of interesting thing that I always like to say, hey, oh, look at this, but it's really, I'd really like to, you could tell, like, these are early builds here, because, let's admit it, they look like trash. They're pretty bad. I was really, really proud of this. At first it's like, oh yeah, it doesn't look too bad. And then I made this thing, I think around December, and it obviously is, you can tell my building improved from April of 2019 to December of 2019. It's just a much better build overall, right? So you can tell from this side it looks pretty darn good. From above it looks pretty darn good, and even from this side, looks pretty darn good. The back was the hardest part, but I managed. And then the crown jewel of all of my builds that I've made so far. This one right here. So this, I'll just walk around. This is my automatic. And yes, am I using certain exploits? Yes, I am using the TNT tubers, but this is my automatic cobblestone farm right here. And over here is my automatic concrete maker because, as you can tell, my building palette is white concrete, light gray concrete, and white stained glass, and as you can imagine, those are pretty expensive. I mean, I can get the sand and the gravel pretty easily. I mean, look at that shovel right there. But my main problem is making all this stuff. And so imagine just how much it went into this. This farm really helps. And the cobblestone farm obviously has very much helped in creating all of the cobblestone that I needed. So what I have over here, this is the lever for the cobblestone generator. The lever for the other generators up there. But I have a custom everything in here, except for this. But a custom everything for that cobblestone farm. I made it all by myself. It's completely my design, and it probably doesn't work as well as others. But I want to take a stab at it, and it works. Same thing with the concrete farm up there. Completely my design, and I'm very proud of it. So here's a collection system for it over here. And for you nerds out here, this is another design I made myself of a shulker box loading system. So what happens is you got cobblestone, it gets fed into here whenever that's on, and then when the shulker box is completely filled up, it breaks. It gets pushed rather, it breaks, and then it goes right into this chest right here. And boom, as you can see, there's a ton of cobblestone. In case you're wondering, yes, I'm busting. Not very hard. So that being said, I also do have an item sorter right here that just says, oh, cobblestone, put it in here, because I have the same collection system for concrete and for cobble. So I just want to make sure that if there are any other blocks that get stuck in here, whether it's by accident or on purpose, that they just get thrown in this chest. I haven't had a mistake yet, so that shows that my design works pretty darn well. So I'm pretty happy about that. Also, this thing right here, again, completely my design. There are tons of designs for that online. Mumbo Jumbo has one, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I can do this myself. So I did. And the redstone's all under here because it's actually pretty big. Over here is my quote-unquote auto smelter. It doesn't work as well as it should. It does work though. And then I get that I'm pretty happy about. There's a little bug that happens here, but no big deal. Here's where I've been AFK for a long time lately. Here's my AFK box. But this is Doc M's design for a automatic AFK nether warp farm. But I found a few problems with it, and I don't really know how to fix it though. So it works. I've gotten some, and I've actually made the mistake of leaving some, leaving too little. But I need these red networks because I'm planning on doing a little build with them. So that's the base that I have so far. As I said, I have way too much iron now that I'll never need that much ever. But you know, it's good to know that that I have that in store because I can do any redstone contraption I want now, which is amazing. So next we will be going to another farm that I have, and since it is a little bit of a travel, we will skip until the next scene. Alright, so now I've got my next thing that we're going to look at, and as you can tell, this is a mob farm of some sort. But, as you might be able to guess from the sounds of the cats purring right underneath me, is that this is a very specific type of farm, and it is, yes, it is a creeper farm, because I use my leecher a lot. I don't know about you guys, but you know, the leecher is pretty important to me. And if we are lucky, we can catch some creepers falling. We can't, but that's okay. And I need a gunpowder farm, and this is the best one I have at the moment, and of course I just used all of it to make more rockets, but it does pump out a decent amount. I could have optimized it, but again, this is when I was first starting the world, and I was like, I need something, and something's better than nothing. Again, here's the trippy Go design that for sure came. I will definitely exploit it as much as I can while I still can. But it's a pretty typical design. I believe it's either Logical Geek Boy or someone else's design that I use here, but a little modifications because it turns out there is a slight problem with pathfinding. So I did do that as well. So, moving on, we're going to be flying back to my base over there, and I'll see you there. Oh, I briefly want to mention that, yes, there is a completely filled out beacon here. I did get the Beaconator achievement. I just killed the Wither. Like, that's actually the most recent thing I did. Yeah, I built the Iron Farm. This is actually the most recent thing I did. I was like, you know what? I got a guilty confession. I've never, ever killed a Wither before in survival Minecraft. I'm mostly scared out of my wits because of it. But I decided, you know what? I'm going to do it. And we did it. And here is my first beacon. And I really only need speed in here right now. Maybe a jump boost would help, but I kind of like having speed too. It really is nice to have. So that was my first Wither fight ever. And it took me a little bit to do it, but I'm pretty happy about it. So walking back into the airlock, and yes, I have had the same problem as Mark. I get inspiration from the Martian. Great book, by the way. And my airlock did blow up once. There was a creeper that, just blew up right outside of my house. And I was walking out, didn't see him coming. I was like, well, crap. I pulled a Mark Watney, didn't I? There'll probably be a picture that I'm going to show. And yeah, it was disappointing, and I had to figure out the redstone all over again. But I did it, and I actually was able to fix it without looking it up. So I consider that a success. So now I'm going to walk back into the nether, the nice, safe nether, even though we're going to hear gas probably. We don't have to worry about them at all. So walking back out, and walking back into this place, you might have noticed that over here, I've got another nether portal. And if you were close enough to catch that, you'll see that I have another area. This is actually the first fully decorated area that I made. And it still pretty much stands up to my standards. I do like it very much. But I was lucky enough to find over here, there's a zombie spawn. Over here, there's a skeleton spawn. So I was like, let's combine the two. So under here, there's a killing mechanism. Fun. But over here, I've also got the drop down for the skeletons, which is even more fun, because that's how I get my XP mainly right now, which is a pretty slow process. And if we were to take a look, I can say that I do commit genocide against skeleton. 6,108 skeleton killed. That's like an insane number. The closest number that I have to that is the ghast, which is 283 when I was building and everything in the nether. Whenever I heard a ghast, I was like, gotta kill them, because they were annoying. So yeah, I've got a ton of arrows that I'm never going to use. There's even more down here, I think. Yeah, it's insane. Bones that I used a lot of, so that's why I don't have them. Oh, just a ton of crap that I'm never going to use. Maybe dispensers at some point. And rotten flesh, which I kind of don't really use. I don't really run the zombie farm very much. As you can see, I do have it turned off. We got our first guy down here. But I was also fortunate to have a slime chunk that's pretty close by. And this tunnel is okay. I was proud of it at the time, not proud of it now. But if we go down here, this is probably my favorite part. I do have slime farm. Again, not very efficient because I'm not over here enough, really. And slime is important, but it's not that important. So that's pretty much all of the builds that I have right now. I have a few other nether portals scattered here and there, one for the end, but I don't really have anything in the end, so there's really no point in showing that. So next we're going to be talking about what I'm going to do on this channel regarding Minecraft like this. So what I'm going to be doing next is I'm probably going to be doing some live streams. I would be throwing out videos here and there, just showing my progress, and because I'm really proud of this, and I'd really love to share it with you. So that being said, you're going to be seeing probably me building one of the pathways to my iron farm, and probably building the storage silo, as well as like some decorative builds over in the spaceport area. And I also need to build some decorative builds over here. Any suggestions to what to throw in here would be greatly appreciated because I really have no idea. And also probably be building like the MAV out here at some point as well. But with that being said, look forward to live streams and videos because that's really what I plan on doing here. Probably more live streams than anything else. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really enjoyed sharing this with you all. So if you guys would give it a like if you liked it, that'd be greatly appreciated, and subscribe if you haven't already. Again, like I said, I'm really proud of this, so I hope you guys liked it. With that being said, keep up to date with new videos, and have a good day.